Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Kelsey, and I'm an actor and voice actor living in Chicago, as you can see out here. Today I will be reacting to Childhood by internet historian Incognito Mode. I had a childhood. All of you did. Maybe some of you are still in childhood. Hi, children. Yeah. I don't know. I'm always interested in Incognito Mode because they just go on so many tangents and it's fun. It's a fun road to travel. But before we get started, I wanted to promote our Patreon. We have a Patreon. You can subscribe to it, and you can get early access to videos. You get the coolest thing, I think, is our full recording sessions. So you get behind the scenes, bloopers, all that good stuff. And actually, before this video started, something wild just happened with rolling the dice here, which, as you may or may not know, whatever number I get tells me what to talk about here in the intro. So something wild happened with rolling the dice, and you can only find out if you are a Patreon member. So if you want to find out, go support us on Patreon. Dice Mystery. Cool. Let's see this thing.
Childhood. What's the deal with children? Is this a child? If children are the future, how come they never see it coming? Bang! One day you will save Gotham. And how come they always get to be on the milk carton? I want to
Get to be?
Free candy? I want some. Aha! I got one. Give me all your NFTs. This must be their lair. There's got to be some MILFs around here somewhere.
Please, sir. I want some more.
More?
More?
Certainly. Have all of the NFTs you can eat.
Why is it NFTs?
And more on this episode of In the
So, internet historian, I see you are in the field for the 12th time. Would you like to explain that for us?
Yes, well, you see, I can't get the main channel video finished, and so I just keep pumping these out.
And so what is that? Interesting. And it has nothing to do with the fact that you were recently found to be the world's gayest man third year running?
Oh, not again. No, everyone's coming out from behind the curtains. Put the cake away. We're not doing this again. I'm not putting on the hat.
But really, man, congratulations.
That's a cool hat.
I know you've been gunning for that.
Do I read my speech? I did prepare this.
Please,
Yeah,
go.
yeah, okay.
So the camera's right there.
I want to thank my parents, Jesus. I want to thank the Academy. Of course, my biggest inspiration, my muse. Many kudos. I learned from the best.
I'm shining down on you like Mufasa.
Yeah, I mean, if he was still alive today, surely he would have won this award, but I'm still grateful to accept it on his behalf.
What's happening?
What's the closest you've come to dying?
I fell off a cliff.
Oh,
I think I
Trolltunga.
must have been about 12. I was there with my mate, and I fell off it. The thing that sort of saved me was I fell through a tree.
Oh, sure.
All the way down to the ground. And I was like, oh. And then I sort of stood up, and I was like, oh, I'm not dead. I really feel like I should be dead.
Yeah.
I looked up and I was like, holy shit, that was a long way. My mate saw some of it happen, and he comes running down. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then I'm in this state of shock.
Sure.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, can we just go get an ice cream at the
Oh,
dairy?
that's
We walk down to
sad.
this dairy, and we get an ice cream each. We start walking back, and then the shock wears off.
Yeah.
And I just start crying.
Oh,
Yeah, that
that's
must
so
have been, doubly weird for
sad.
him.
Is your ice cream not nice? We can swap, man. It's fine. I fell into a wet hole, which would have been a very nice, cyclical way of having a life.
Yeah.
I was 3. That has to be one of my earliest memories.
Oh, that's when you snapped into consciousness.
Yeah, I guess this is the moment where I was plugged into the Matrix finally. I was out in the country with this really large property, and Dad had been digging these holes to plant trees in, and they were really deep holes.
Right.
Really wide,
Yeah.
really deep holes. I get
A lot of bodies.
Yeah, that too. I was meant to be one of them, I think. But it had rained the day before, and so these holes that Dad had dug were now full of water. 3-year-old me waddling around.
That's scary.
This is great. I don't know what happened. I lost my footing and I slipped into this tree hole. I don't know whether or not I would have actually drowned, or if it was one of the things if I actually just like relaxed, my feet would have landed on the ground. But in my toddler brain, I was like, I don't know how to swim. I'm in a body of water and I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's so
I
scary.
just screaming my lungs out, and I have a vivid memory of grasping at dirt and grass like on the edge of the...
That's a terrifying, like, I don't know if he said it was his first memory, but that is a terrifying thing to be one of your earliest memories. Jeez. My earliest memory is walking around in a little puffy coat, like in pine trees, looking up and being like, wow, look at these trees. Is not different tree story. Very different early tree memory.
Thing, desperately trying to pull myself out of this watery grave. And my dad, like, thankfully heard and sprinted down and, like, you know, yoinked me out of the hole. And then I think he spanked me for being an idiot and falling in the hole, which is like,
It's not his
Dad,
fault.
I've already learned a lesson.
Prom.
Did you ever go to a school formal?
Yeah, I was a nerd, so that sort of stuff is pretty uneventful to me. I went to the first one, but I don't like to dance.
Yeah.
And so...
I went to quite a few.
Ooh,
only
many kudos
but
went to
only
many
like
formals.
No, stop.
We should start calling them many formals.
Well, here's the only thing I remember out of
Got
every
him.
formal I went to. My
He's in
entire high
every
school
picture.
experience was going to the bathroom, and there was 3 stools, and the one in the middle was free. And as I go in, these 2 dudes come out of the 2 toilets flanking it, and they're like, "Do you want to race us?" I was like, "No." And then they're like, "Oh," and they closed the door, and then they started.
They're just waiting. They hate the dance so much they're trying to have a poop race.
Just, I can see who could shit the quickest.
Make your own fun, I guess. Literally create your own fun.
Any formal.
That's so funny. I have many memories from dances. I had fun.
Did you ever get the condom talk or
I think
the?
my dad, like, sort of tried
This-
to have that
this
conversation
image is
with me.
so
I think He
weird.
just wanted to say, you know, look, if you had any questions, it's like, it's fine. I'll just Google it.
I think I was like 14, and I was sitting on the computer just chilling, and Mum like came over, and she's like, she had like a, like a banana or a cucumber, and she's like,
Right? I can picture it.
we need to do this, and I was like, Mum, I've already learned it. I'm not doing this.
So she sat down on the couch, right? She's lit a couple of candles.
No
There's some
candles, no
music.
candles. Midday. It was very neutral. I was sitting at my computer,
Very
probably playing
neutral.
World of Warcraft.
Right.
No, you don't want to, but we need to do this. And I saw the banana or whatever it was and the condom, and I was like,
Oh my god, so she put the condom in her mouth, and then
no,
what?
stop! It didn't happen. Let's just say maybe I wish I had learnt it again, because that could have been helpful down the line.
Why? What happened? You put condoms on bananas.
Well, I was putting them on my balls a lot. Turns out it's like completely the wrong place.
I like the idea that you get home from the grocer and you've got this bowl full of bananas in the kitchen. You go, all right, well, I got to keep them fresh.
That's how you keep them fresh.
As my mum taught me to do.
These banana wrappers are great. I like the flavored ones. It imparts a nice chocolate flavor to the banana.
Makes them real slippery, though. Ad hood time. My name's Nordman. Welcome to a day in my life. Gotta wake up
this
early,
guy
2
again.
a.m. Nord's got servers in every
Still
time
don't
zone.
like
See
that
early on the clock
design.
If you want to compete. Cold brew for breakfast. Air shower. Rub my teeth with some Himalayan salt. I'm ready to begin the day. Before I head to the gym, I shop around on my phone. Using Nord, I get savings on region-specific pricing. That's a tip. Stay rich. While I'm at the gym, I do sponsor reads. How about Nord? One take. Threat protection. Take your security to the next level. Blocks malware, trackers, and ads. Whee! Don't just invest in the product. Invest
the
in
same
company.
car
Don't mind
footage.
that. It's just my Nord FT. Nord can also do
Gross.
this. That's one thing they won't teach you in business school. Stay wealthy. But the most important thing, knowledge. Read at least 1 book per day. Of course, it all makes sense. 3 p.m. Time to shoot my podcast. All right, peasants, here's how to be an alpha. Sorry, no monies. Looks like the podcast is region locked. To view it, you're gonna have NordVPN, or, God forbid, live in Mexico. 6 p.m. Time for business. What's up, Jeff? How's the wife? Just heard about Amazon. Think it could be something big. You give me some stock and I'll give you a 2-year plan with a free bonus month. Well, he must have got disconnected. Now for a good night's rest. And we do it
9:30
all
p.m.
over tomorrow. Go to nordvpn.com/incognito to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan, plus a free bonus month, plus also that threat protection.
That car footage.
Add over.
Oh gosh.
Search how is Babby formed.
Fertilization. This is ridiculous.
How come this channel can show cum?
But you get demonetized.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Susan. Isn't it crazy that every one of us did this?
Okay, so it goes into the end of what looks like a grape.
The grape surgery.
This is it all grown up now. Do you feel
Not
old
the
yet?
grape surgery. Not again.
Journey toward the egg. However, resident cells from the woman's immune system, mistaking the sperm for foreign invaders, destroy thousands more.
Jesus.
Yeah, then they put on a stupid wig. And
Next,
Technically,
half
they
the
are
sperm head
invaders.
for the empty fallopian tube, while the other half swim toward the tube containing.
Why is this like a
fertilized
nature
egg.
documentary?
Some sperm get trapped in the cilia and die.
It's
Is
just
it-
a saw trap.
At long last, the sperm reach the egg.
so we get to the egg. All right, at least this is going to be simple, right?
Isn't that how I imagine the egg?
No, I thought it was like a big one sort of thing with just a skin
Like a chicken
on the
egg?
outside, like a lychee.
Yeah, exactly. This looks like a subaquatic plant.
They're called creep vines.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
is covered with a layer
Subnautica.
of cells called the corona radiata,
Oh, don't call it that.
the outer layer of the egg, the zona pellucida.
Zona pellucida. It's like
Just making shit up now.
the Zona pellucida of 1999 is the best.
Why
one
is
to
that
watch
making?
to.
Why is that
Like
making shit
survivor's
up?
guilt from like the millions of sperm that died in really comical ways.
When we edit this, we'll have it with like.
Why
a
is it
bunch of
glowing?
And
Can
like,
you put rage faces on all them as well?
perfect.
It just feels like it's full of all these
No.
comical Looney Tunes traps. Like even the part where half of them got the wrong tube.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like egg this way, done in like rough paint on like a wooden sign.
Looney
which triggers
Tunes.
their acrosomes to release digestive enzymes.
What the fuck?
The first sperm to make contact will fertilize the egg.
So what you're trying to say is that the pussy is kind of like the OG Squid Game. Because this dude had to
little
fight
bit.
everyone else through a series of wacky trials.
Oh yeah, no, it's true. Because at the end he gets a daft haircut. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And just like this.
I think you mean a dope haircut.
Joins
It was
BTS,
wild.
whatever the fuck's going
literally-
on.
The tightly packed
He did look
male
like a
genetic
dad.
material spreads out.
And it just goes,
Third choice
"Oh, I
for
don't know."
BTS. Some guy's
All the
dad.
spaghetti in his pockets just start falling everywhere.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I love
The
that.
female genetic material, awakened by the fusion of the
Like, what is this? Is this like 2 AA batteries? What is? I
Yes.
don't even know what's happening.
That's what it is.
This looks like in Majora's Mask when you play the Song of Time and go back in time.
Oh yeah, they ripped that one off. Yeah, now we're
They
gonna use
ripped
these
that one
massive
off.
strings to pull you together. What? Who designed this?
This is like a Final Fantasy move or something. This is like a summon.
plant in a rich leafy vein, growing and maturing for the next 9 months.
Yeah, so if anyone asks you how was Babby formed, it's as simple
It's
as
this?
that.
We go from the miracle of life to a deer farm. I love this. The tangents
One time,
are
For
great.
some reason, I spent a week on a deer farm.
That
It's like a
sounds
Simpsons
grand.
bit.
Yeah, that's my childhood. It's like just different occupations every week. I must have been 9. It was run by this like elderly couple, and they had tons of deer. And the thing about deer is you have to have electric fences. Also, the fences have to be quite high because the deer leap. But also the
There is an old, not currently a deer farm, but an old deer farm in my family. There are no deer there currently, but used to be.
electric
Used to
fences
have
to
deer.
be stronger than that for cattle because they kick.
Right.
So they will kick
And cows
the
are
electric
dumb.
fences. The hooves don't conduct that well, and so you really want to
Look at
have
that
a
stinker.
strong voltage there. So it's not like a little zap, zap.
Yeah.
It's like fork in the outlet sort of deal. So we're feeding these deer, buckets and buckets full of apples. I'm there with my sister and my mum, and my mum's like, grab the gate. And I go
That
over the
hair.
gate, unlock it, and then I just suddenly wake up on the ground.
Ooh, that's fun.
What?
Ooh, I just start crying. Yeah, I just got shocked by this fucking thing. And
Oh.
I just dropped like a rock. That whole time on the deer
I should have seen that coming, but for some reason I was like, did a deer ambush him?
farm was pretty fraught with injury, to be honest. Because, like, even when the guy was going around telling us about the deer, he's like, don't stand
one leg.
behind the deer because they will kick. And then as he's saying that, he's standing behind a fucking deer and it kicks him in the head.
Oh,
and he
Jesus.
just goes down like a sack of bricks. And we thought he was dead. And, like, he's fine. Like, he just gets back up. But holy shit.
Was he like Sideshow Bobby gets up in the exact same place and the deer just kicks
Yeah,
him again?
yeah.
Just keeps, like,
Yeah.
getting
And then he
up
runs into
again.
another deer that also kicks him. Yeah. Bad words.
Do you remember when you learnt why certain words were bad because you accidentally said them or did them in front of your parents?
Yes. When we were very young, the strongest swear word we knew, and if you said it, you would be in enormous trouble. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Ass and damn and crap, like back when those used to be hot shit.
Wanker was like, so I didn't know what it meant. I'm like 10, maybe 11, something like that. I knew the word. So I was just going around like, such and such is wanker.
Yeah.
Such and such is wanker. And then eventually my mum turns to me and she goes, do you know what that word means? And I was like, no. Like really reluctantly saying, fine, no. And then she's like, it's someone who touches themselves.
Yo!
And I
Music.
was so embarrassed. I like never said it again.
Aw.
Ruined everything.
I remember I was in the mall with my dad and I was just kind of like saying words to myself.
Walk cycles.
Because you're a kid, I guess.
Sega words to myself because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I think I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, go on.
I was going through all the words in my head I could come up that ended with anchor,
Oh no.
tanker, banker. And then I just started going through all the other letters just to see if they sounded fun
yeah.
to say. And I said wanker out loud really bad. And I just remember my dad immediately snapped. He just turns, he says, never say that word again. And I was like, oh. And then I just said it on YouTube that 1 million people are going to see. So fuck you, Dad.
I have two very specific memories with bad words. I remember I was on the household phone with a friend in like 3rd grade, and I said, oh yeah, that was really stupid. And like stupid was a bad word in my household when I was little. And I remember just getting a cold chill, like, I just said stupid. And then I was like, did anyone hear me? I don't think anyone did. And then when I was like 4, I'd watched The Lion King and I learned the word murderer, but I didn't know what it meant. So I was just like saying it. And then my mom's like, don't say that. Like, don't. And then like, I remember feeling so guilty. And I didn't learn what the word murderer meant till later because I assume my mom did not want to deal with telling me what a murderer was at age like 4. So yeah, it's so weird. And then the guilt that kids feel over saying bad, or I mean, I guess some kids do not feel guilt about saying bad words. They just want to like get a rise out of you and make you like react to them. But wild stuff.
I'm a freshman at university. Bright-eyed, can't wait to attend my whatever the fuck lecture. I go to this class and I meet these 2 girls. And one of them I really fancied and the other one I did not fancy all that much.
How come?
Anyway, we got along really well, the 3 of us, and we're sort of hanging out for a sort of couple hours after class. And then I thought, we'll trade numbers. Mm-hmm. So I got this
Nokia.
girl's number.
Nice.
That was the girl A. Now, I wasn't interested in girl A very much. I was interested in girl B.
The girl B model.
We go off our own ways. And, I'm like, I want to text
Classic
this girl
dorm
B.
room.
So I send girl A this message. Hey, have you got Girl B's number? And, trying to be really sly
What
about it,
is
but it's
Girl
probably
B
as
number?
fucking obvious as it can be.
Out of the way, I go.
And she says something like, yeah, sure, hold on, I'm in class. And
Raining
I also
lol.
had class. So what I then proceeded to do, put my phone in my bag. But this is back in the day when phones had to be locked. This is buttons.
Yeah, analog. Anything you can just push down a button.
Exactly. When you used to be able to text and drive really easily.
Bring that back.
I know, right?
Texting, driving, drinking.
So now this particular phone had a very interesting quirk, which was that if you pressed the right button, it opens the menu. But if you press right again, it goes SMS. And then if you press right again, it goes new message. And if you press right again, it will go, oh, you must have finished with your message.
Yeah.
It goes to contacts. So these names are in alphabetical order, right? And her name just happens to be first on that list. And then if you press right again, it will send. So I put my phone in my bag, and I don't know it, but the right-hand button is being pressed.
Oh,
for the next
no.
hour and a half. And it's
I never had one of these, a brick phone. The first phone I ever had was like a flip phone when I was like 12 or 13 or something. So I never had this problem. And I'm very glad now that I wanted a brick phone so bad, but my mom was like, you're too young. And now I'm grateful. That sounds like a nightmare.
Blank messages to this girl.
That
You just met
sucks.
this guy at university. He's a bit of an unknown quantity. He has now just asked your friend for her number. And when he didn't get it, he has just sent you about 2,000 blank text messages with
That costs, I mean, depending on what phone plan you had, like especially back in the day, that can cost some money too.
She must have had to turn off her phone, or it's just going off like ding, 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 ding. I was like, oh, look at my phone again. And I'm like, oh my God, it's got 1,000 or 2,000 messages still to send.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you can't cancel it. Like the whole phone is just going into paralysis with how many messages it has to send. And so eventually I'm pulling the battery off the back.
Yeah.
I'm in this dilemma. Because
Abort,
it's like,
abort.
You've now sent this girl 1,000 messages. Do you call her and say sorry? Do you send her another
Not another text. Definitely, I would say call her and be like, yo, that was an accident.
message and say, sorry about that. I have this inexplicable problem.
She'd be like, what the fuck does that mean?
And so what I decided to do was nothing. I
Wrong
just never
answer.
said anything about it and decided I sure hope I don't run into her again.
Wrong
And
answer.
then about 2 days later, I get a message. The message has Girl B's number in it.
Yeah, like,
I still felt
please.
like I couldn't explain
back
the
off.
situation.
You
So I
can,
did.
you always
and then I
can.
went on this like awkward, not quite date thing with Girl B. For some reason, she agreed to meet up. Maybe I just forgot or something, but I never explained it to her either.
She went on a date with you because she was a
That's such like a teenage college thing too. Like now if something like I could totally see like something weird happening and you're like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I don't want to talk about it. But like now I'm like, if something like that happened, of course I'm going to let the person know. But I guarantee I did some stuff like that back in the day. Like some weird stuff happens that I'm like, it could easily be explained away and no one would care. But you're just so embarrassed that you're like, I can't. No one can know. And then you just look like the weirdo.
afraid of the same thing happening to her.
Yeah, I gotta do this to save my friends. I'll never forget this. You do the same for me.
Oh, we're
I'm trying to get some life insurance at the moment because, well, I'm going to perish soon probably.
Yeah.
They actually have a person come to your house now. You don't have to go to the doctors and do X, Y, Z. They'll just have a lady come to your house with a little suitcase. So she wheels it in. She comes into my office and she just starts taking blood. Like I'm sitting in my chair and I got a fucking needle
would hate
in my
that.
arm. And she's draining all the blood from my body. And
I mean, you did consent to it, to be fair. You kind of made it sound like she just rocked up and
I don't want someone to come in my house and like taking blood. I'll go somewhere for that. This is my safe space. You're not putting a needle in me in this space. No.
Stick to you.
But one thing I didn't know that I was signing for is they do a urine test as well.
Oh, stole your piss.
She hands me these 2 cups, fill one halfway and fill the other one full, and
That one's for me.
That's so much.
yeah, she hands me a coffee mug and she goes, if there's any spare. I piss into
Gross.
these 2 cups and I thought it would go everywhere because I'm not very used to it.
I got a shotgun cock.
Yeah, very powerful stream. I had to hold it about 15 feet away. Anyway, so I do that. But then the worst part is, right, I thought, oh, she's going to put it in these like plastic bags and send it away to the labs. Nope, that's just what she's doing with the blood. She gets out this like fish water testing kit and then she's
Just testing it right
dipping
there.
it in the cup while I'm
Fresh,
Yeah.
warm
To be fair,
pee
it's
in
better
front
that
of
she
it.
did something with it, because imagine
No, I'm going to a facility. No,
if you just
not
pulled
this
it
in
out
my
and she was
home.
like, "Ugh."
yeah. But it was so healthy, she said. It was just such a
So tasty.
yeah, such vital
Disgusting.
piss that she didn't even bother sending the other cup to the lab. No, that's good. No
Just
proteins.
put it in her pocket.
Wouldn't you want a second opinion always medically, no matter what? The more he talks, the more I'm like, I don't like this person coming to your home situation. I don't trust that.
Yeah, right. Just dabbed a bit on her neck, and when that'll keep those foxes away. Fuck,
You know.
I know I keep doing this. Hold on one sec.
You're good.
Historian's at the store at the moment. I have to reply to it.
Get me more piss. That woman today stole all of mine. Can I get you the piss in the bags? It's cheaper.
Hey
It's
guys,
cheaper.
editor here. They didn't bother recording an ending.
Oh,
So
cool.
instead, here's a small taste of what it's like to edit for IH.
The dirty
end my
deeds.
suffering.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
My baby don't mess around.
Note to the editor.
Audacity.
Extend his neck 50 times.
I have to go to the bathroom so badly.
Hey, editor. Wait, how do we get onto
Editor, leave that in.
Editor, cut that out. Sorry, none of these are fucking scary.
Leave all of those in.
Leave the last 3 hours of footage in.
Note to the editor.
Hey, Barry, make sure to cut out right when
Barry!
I start saying bitch.
By the way,
Rude.
editor, sorry, I have accidentally hit stop record on the, so it's out of sync.
Hey, editor, just make the graphics scary.
Yeah,
It'll do. You'll figure it out.
So I don't know if this is going to work, but
Have you ever
Rude.
encountered a spooky spook? Have you ever been stalked? Have you been walking down the streets of...
dear editor.
Delete everything. Delete the last 10 minutes.
Hey, don't tell people that.
I'm so sorry. Please keep that in.
We can't do that, but this would be torture for the editor. He'd be so mad. Just a small town girl living in a lonely... What?
Rude. No, I like that. Clearly the editors... I can't talk today. Clearly the editor is fine with a lot of that because they made a fun bit out of it. But wow, yeah. Like I said, childhood, everyone has one. Yeah. Kids get scared and sad really easily. Be nice to kids. That's the motto. Be nice to kids. And thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and I'll see you next time.